Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the greatest known podcast in the motherfucking multi-universe. You are here with myself, English guy Ash, but you are joined by my brother from another mother, the melon gagging, the melon choker, the melon scoffer, Eddie, the keyboard warrior law. How you doing, sir?
I'm pretty good, Chon, on this Jiu-Jitsu fuel, this watermelon. Oh, fuck, I love this shit. Like, especially when it's super cold. I'll leave it in the fridge and I'll let it get really cold and I'll eat it. It's fucking wonderful. If you haven't tried that shit, do it now.
All I know is legit. He's scoffing it down. I thought he was going
Yeah,
to take the fork with him. I did think
I,
he was going to take a bit of the fork.
I was trying to get it down for the show started, but what are you gonna do? Anyway,
It is.
real quick, I have a real quick call out.
Oh, Christ.
The fuck, Wonder Boy? What the fuck, Wonder Boy? What the fuck, dude? There's finally a guy I want to see you fight. There's a guy I'm dying to see you fight. Finally. Oh, we're not interested. What? Motherfucker.
This
Motherfucker.
This leads me into perfectly into where I wanted to kind of take the show off. So, first and foremost, the fights that we kind of want to see happen in the potential UFC London.
All right.
I'm hearing that they're trying to potentially move the show because they want to move it to Liverpool. The
That's what I heard
problem
too.
is apparently is that Cage Warriors has already got the Echo Arena booked.
For the same date?
On the same date. So, with that same thing said, it makes things a little bit difficult. But there's talks of potentially doing a joint co-promotional event and putting the best of the Cage Warriors guys on the same show as the best of the UFC guys that will potentially, go over to the UK and fight.
Well,
So,
I mean, why the fuck not?
it's not a bad idea, we'd get they're already on the same network on the Fight Pass, so it makes no difference to have the same people going on. For the people who are watching, let me know what you think about that, if you think that's a good or a bad idea, or not. So, because I think it'll be a cool idea, man. Like, it gives a kind of precursor for like people to get a look at certain fighters that could potentially be fighting then. I know, obviously, Paddy Pimblett could probably be on that card. Meatball Molly could probably be on that card. Chris Fishgold would probably be wanting on it. It'd be a pretty decent card to see on there. I'm not going to lie.
Well, I'll tell you what. Cage Warriors already on Fight Pass, right?
Exactly.
You already have a relationship in there. I bet you Brad's like, oh, please do that shit. Brad's probably like masturbating around, like going, come on, make it happen. No, but I'm joking.
Him and John Gooden doing joint commentary on the. You can even have him and Dan Hardy, because I know Dan Hardy goes to a lot of the Cage Warriors.
That's what I'm saying. Him and Dan Hardy would be perfect to do that event.
That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah, no, for sure. That being said, I like the idea of the co-promotion. I just don't know. UFC such a bully. It's like hard to believe they'll actually do that. But if you, look, okay, I'll put that in the category of would be awesome to see. Probably won't happen.
100%. With that same thing said, there's a few fights that were potentially being talked about for that said event. And one of them was what you probably mentioned, Darren Till against Wonder Boy. I kind of feel heartbroken, because if he doesn't want the fight whatsoever, I don't know how I feel about that in the context of that means that he's going to fight Colby Covington. That's Wonder Boy's next fight, because everybody else is booked. Like, everybody.
When does Mike Perry fight? What's his face?
That's December, I believe. That's in Brazil.
All right, but that card's in. Wow, really? Okay, but
I'm
that card, that card, the London card or the Liverpool card, will be March.
Yeah, it's March 17th.
Okay, well, cross. Yeah, right. You can't go. Cross your fingers that Mike Perry gets a savage knockout. You can fake bump him up the rankings. Just fake bump him, okay, like they do with everybody else. And then Darren Till, Mike Perry, and Darren Till gets to knock this dude out, like a fucking just drop him hard in front of his hometown.
Jesus Christ. I wouldn't be mad at that fight, but a part of me goes, I don't really care about Mike Perry enough to have him main event the show.
So, certainly, and I don't either. But my other thing would be if Ponzinibbio, which is there's a good possibility Ponzinibbio drops Mike Perry, and Ponzinibbio comes out unscathed. Ponzinibbio's a big boy. Darren Till's a big boy. That's a fair fight.
I just think that I'm biased as shit. I don't really give a fuck, but I think Darren Till deserves somebody in that upper echelon. I think he deserves a tester. You can't beat the number 6 guy and then fight somebody below. That's just my personal opinion. I think and he's done the right thing. He's like, Wonder Boy, let's do it. Hey, how about this then? How about this? All things being well, because I don't know the situation with him. Wouldn't it be awesome if Masvidal would take that fight?
Oh, Masvidal would take that fight.
I'm saying if he's not injured or anything like that. How cool would it be? Masvidal versus Darren Till in fucking Liverpool or London, wherever it may be.
Dude, that'd be a crazy brawl. If Masvidal had it his way anyway, right?
I think Masvidal would take the fight, but I don't know if the fight could be made on medical grounds because
I'm looking it up. Masvidal. Wow. So here are the medical suspensions. Olenik's 90 days, Zahabi 90 days, Corey Anderson 60, Stephen Thompson 45. Okay. Mickey Gall 45, Corey Garbrandt 30, Joanna's 30, Hendricks is 30, Costa Duffy and Mark Geiber are 30. Nothing here about Masvidal at all.
That's pretty cool. I'm really surprised Joanna's is only 30 days though.
Real quick, Masvidal 7 days.
Right. So Masvidal, get your ass in the gym.
Yeah.
Let 2 guys who want to bang.
Dude, that'd be a fucking awesome fight. That'd be an awesome fight to watch.
It really would. And them 2 shit talking. Come on, bro.
Yeah. No, that'd be funny shit.
Those 2 don't give a fuck. We were on about Mike Perry and all that kind of stuff. And
yeah.
I want a big fight feel. And Darren Till versus Masvidal in England. And Masvidal loves fighting foreign grounds. That's a fucking fight, man.
What about Covington Till? Covington's number 3. That's all I'm saying.
I know, but I don't think Covington would take that fight.
You think he'll take that fight?
I don't think he'll take that fight because he's really adamant he's getting a title shot, and it wouldn't surprise me if they gave it to him. It wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you the 3 letters he's going to hear. You already know them. Yeah, I'm next for that title fight, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. GSP. There you go. Enjoy your next fight.
Defending his title. I'm gonna go. Okay, we're gonna lead into.
I'm convinced he's not.
I want to play the first ever game. I want to play the brand new segment that I tweeted out just before. So we're gonna play a game called Truth or Dana White Lie, and basically in this game, we're gonna say things that Dana White has said, and is he telling the truth, or is he talking out of his ass?
Okay.
So. Dana White has claimed that 100% categorically that GSP will be defending in his next fight the middleweight title against Robert Whittaker. Dana White lie or truth?
Massive Dana White lie.
Ooh,
he knows better. He knows better. He watched that fight just like you and I did. He watched that fight just like you. GSP is not a middleweight. He is not a middleweight. He will find a way. Okay, here's the thing. I know it's in those contracts. Oh, he's contractually, whatever the fuck, obligated to fight Robert Whittaker. Fair enough. You know who can tear up the contract? Dana White. You know why he'll do that? Because it'll be better money to watch him fight Tyron Woodley, I think. Fuck yeah.
Would he, though?
Well, no, you and I have been talking about this for a long time. Tyron Woodley, people are starting to dislike him. If he plays the Mayweather role, the come beat me, bitch, come get me, come beat me, and finally we get the guy he basically replaced, right? The longtime champion comes back to take his belt back against the bad guy, the guy nobody likes.
Yeah, but the only way that works is if you have an aggressive striker, and GSP is just going to try and wrestle fuck him.
That's fine. It's not about aggressive strikers. It's about just beating him. And Tyron Woodley's, mind you, Tyron Woodley's really hard to beat. They take down.
Yeah, but I'm just saying to you though that that just makes it a standoff fight again. That makes it a Wonder Boy fight again. That makes it a standoff fight where two guys are just they know how to do one specific thing and neither can do it. Basically, we're watching Damian Maia versus Woodley 2.
Shit, did I freeze or did you freeze?
That's what we're watching. Damian Maia versus Woodley 2. If we see GSP go against Woodley.
Dude, honestly, if we see GSP against Woodley, it's gonna be the same. It's like we're watching two of the same guy. Let's be honest. Okay.
I don't think that's the next fight. I think he actually fights against Whitaker. I really do.
I don't think he even wants to sniff that fucking cage with Whitaker in it. I really. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Okay. And I'm not one of those guys that's like, oh, yo, dude, for fucking, like, for sure they're gonna bring Cyborg in the cage. For sure, you know, when at the home to randomly, they're gonna bring Cyborg in the cage to face off against the winner. For sure, they're gonna do that, right? They didn't do it, right? Why they didn't do that? Or why didn't they do that? I can't even speak English. Why didn't they do that? Because they weren't sure Cyborg was gonna fight. Okay. For the Robert Whitaker thing, if you're gonna bring CM Punk into the cage to face off against Mickey Gall, and I get it, you don't have to bring Robert Whitaker in the cage because he's not gonna give you shit talk. He's also not gonna start a fight. He's not gonna shove him. He's not gonna Covington somebody or Mike Perry somebody, right? He's gonna go in there and be respectful. He's like, "I'll be an honor to fight, whatever," right? But all they did was show him for about like 3 seconds on the camera when they were talking about what GSP was gonna do next. Okay.
I think
they didn't even bother setting it up.
I think if we find in the March-esque time there is a Australian card and it's a numbered card, I will bet my life that that's the main event.
Robert Whitaker, GSP?
If it's a numbered card and it's not a fight night and it's in after March, I genuinely believe that will be GSP versus Whitaker, and they'll do that there because they'll do big numbers over there if they do it over there. Because one, you get to see your guy go against arguably the greatest of all time, blah 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 blah. You know, context selling points. These aren't my beliefs, but the greatest of all time, blah blah blah, against him for the first ever opportunity for a Australian to become UFC champion.
Oh no, I'm convinced that we're going to see Woodley GSP. Probably in Canada. You know what
I mean? I don't think it'll be a wait if they do it in Canada, man. That's you know, I don't know. It's one of those.
I mean, honestly, we and I are both full of shit. Every single time we fight, anyone says they're gonna do it in Canada, but they're gonna do it fucking Canada. You know what? It's like, nah, fuck that, Vegas.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if they even bother taking like the gate and attraction and all this other stuff into consideration anymore. You know what I mean? It's just like, I mean, okay. I mean, who do we got this weekend? This is in Norfolk. Dustin Poirier against Anthony Pettis, right? Mm. That's a pay-per-view fight, in my opinion. Main card fight.
Would you say? I'd say it's a prelim fight now, like a main event of a prelim.
No,
I'm doing you dirty. I'm going to say it.
No way. No, no, sir, you are wrong.
If you look at a numbered card, like nowadays.
All right, let's see. Let me pull up the next numbered card, sir. All right, let's see.
Yeah, isn't it 218?
It is 218, but I'm pulling it up because I'm on the rankings right now. All right, so next this Saturday we have Poirier Pettis. Then next Saturday we have Verdum Tibura, which again doesn't make sense to me. Here we go, Holloway and Edgar in Detroit. Okay, here's the main card for that: Tisha Torres, Michelle Watterson, Eddie Alvarez, Justin Gaethje, Cejudo Pettis, Overeem Ngannou, Holloway, Edgar.
I rest my case. That would not get on the card.
No, time out. Get the fuck out of here. You don't think if they had Poirier Pettis on this card that they would have put it in place of Torres Watterson?
Let me pull up the main card so I can see what your is at. Right.
Okay, go ahead.
So going from the top to the bottom of that main card, what fight do you take out? Max Holloway, Frankie Edgar? Nope.
No.
Do you take out Alistair Overeem versus Francis Ngannou? Nope. Henry Cejudo versus Sergio Pettis, which is the number
1A. That's 1A.
That's 1A. That is the number one contendership fight for the flyweight championship. Let's be honest. So that doesn't.
I'm sorry. That time I tell you mean the flyweight champion? Nobody wants to watch a fight. Okay.
Hey, I'm just saying. All right, but DJ the hater over here. You sound like
Dana White. Time out. I am not hating on DJ. I'm not. No. Time out. No. Cut the shit. I'm not thinking as myself right now. I know. I'm look. I want to watch DJ fight. Okay,
bro.
I like watching DJ fight. I'm playing by the game we're playing right now, by the rules of the game we're in right now.
Yeah, but nobody
All right?
wants to see these two fight, like per se.
Nobody wants anyone to call travels in basketball either, but they fucking do it all the time. What
I'm
are we
just
talking
saying
about?
the fact remains, though, regardless, you saying the if you put this as a main event on a fight night, which it is, people are not willing to pay for it. So it's the same context.
I don't think people are willing to pay for Cejudo Pettis, dude.
I think people are willing to pay for like Demetrius's next fight over fucking Anthony Pettis versus fucking Dustin Poirier.
No, dude, I don't buy that.
You know what, right? It'd be very interesting if we could pull it up right now. If we could find for every time Dustin Poirier has been in the main event or co-main event, as well as Anthony Pettis, and what their buy rates were.
Oh,
We actually see how they could compare with Demetrius Johnson's. Just for context.
By the way, Liam says, answer, it's always a lie, always. Anything Dana White says,
You're not far off. You're not far off. I don't dispute it whatsoever. Eddie Alvarez versus Justin Gaethje. You ain't taking that off the card.
No, you're not taking Justin Gaethje off a main card ever.
And Tisha Torres, Michelle Waterson.
That's the one.
You take that one off?
It hurts. It hurts. I love me some Michelle Waterson, but that's the one I would replace.
I see where you're coming from, but I just don't agree per se.
It's just caliber of fights that I'm talking about.
True. But
I'm pumped for this fucking main event this weekend. Okay, honestly, out of that whole card this weekend, I can pull it up right now. I know we're gonna end up talking about it sometime later on in the week, but
yeah, that's gonna probably be like tomorrow, the day after.
Yeah. But if we pull up the card this weekend, Dustin Poirier Pettis is the main event. Matt Brown, Diego Sanchez, Albini Arlovsky. I mean, out of this whole card, I could literally miss this entire card. As long as I catch the main event, I'm fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. Like, literally, it's a passive one. The only reason that they're putting that fight on there is the one that's got any remote interest whatsoever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm excited for the fight as a purist.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't know. Let's get back to where.
Hold up as well. Are you telling me you don't want to see that? That points fighting. Henry Cejudo versus Sergio Pettis. That's an interesting fight, bro.
Well, first of all, you're rubbing your microphone again. That's all I hear is like.
Sorry, dude.
Okay, but second, you just asked me if I want to watch the point fighting between Cejudo and Pettis.
No, I'm not saying points fighting. I'm saying the new kind of striking style of Henry Cejudo against Sergio Pettis.
No, you only say that because you think he looks like Conor McGregor.
No, you think he looks like Conor McGregor.
No, I said he
looks like Conor McGregor at all. I said he looks like a points fighter. You and everybody else, as soon as you see them bouncing on their toes with their hands down by their side, automatically go, he's doing the Conor McGregor, man. Nope.
Yeah. I don't know. Look, getting back on topic issue. So we're talking about the GSP thing. I definitely prefer GSP. No, I prefer GSP Whitaker. I think we're gonna get GSP Woodley.
Okay, the next question on the Dana White lie or truth.
Okay.
He's saying that there's potentially an opportunity for the end of year card to have Conor McGregor on it. Do you think he's telling the truth, or do you think he's just trying to goat Conor into it?
They have a big old to be determined on that main event of 219. I think he's telling the truth on that one. I think that one
returns for the end of the year.
I think fucking Dana White's got his phone hooked to like a giant battery, and it's just like automatic phone calling, just trying to get a hold of Conor. Like, come on, man, you want to find this card? All right, just pick your opponent. I don't care who it is. Put him in there. You know what I mean? Like, I think we're gonna see him, Tony Ferguson. That being said, that has to be announced and agreed upon ASAP as fuck. Like, we're in November.
I'm saying this. I bet you £1,000 right here and now, which is more dollars in fairness. But I'm betting you £1,000 if Conor McGregor agreed to a fight, he could not promote it up until the week of, and it would be the highest buy rate of this year.
Oh, easily, especially this year. But yeah, I'm with that. By the way, I didn't know because I stopped paying attention to the Mayweather McGregor bullshit because it just got so irritating. I didn't know Dana White had said that it sold 6 million. It was actually 4.4 million.
Yeah,
which means it didn't break the record.
Yeah, but I think what they're taking into account though is I think they're You know, when we spoke about them trying to, they were finding certain streaming sites, weren't they, where they could track the what's it called, the IPS, is it?
Yeah.
And they were trying to track down people, and they were actually suing people who'd streamed on certain sites. So I believe
Really?
it was taking into account how many people were on those and how many they were suing. So I think he was equating the numbers. So
Regardless, dude, what do you think about this bullshit talk? And I'm calling it bullshit. GSP McGregor.
it's never going to happen in a million
Hell
years.
no.
There's
Fuck no.
too many variables for it to actually happen. There's too many variables. There's just too many. Like, you would have to have 3 or 4 fights to happen and all certain people win. It's so difficult to do.
It'd be. I mean, look, they fights are going to be at 170, and we know Conor at 170 ain't great. You know what I mean?
It's not great, but how is... I'm not trying to say that you could beat him, by no means. But what I'm trying to say is can GSP even get down to 170 anymore?
It would take way more than a month to tell you that much.
I'm just saying, like, after building up all that muscle mass for specifically this fight, because he looked thick, does he have the body now to be able to cut that weight? Because let's be honest, the older you get, the harder it is to cut weight, and especially if it's muscle mass.
Hey, you're telling me, motherfucker.
Yeah, but I'm telling you right now, and I'm not being funny, bro, but he ripped. He was shredded. I'm saying, I'm not trying to cut all of that weight. It's totally losing like body fat.
By the way, do you know how we got a little bit of shit for joking around about GSP being on steroids in that post-fight show?
Yeah, well, yeah, we called him Royd St. Pierre, but that's not the... Yeah.
It was jokes, ladies and gentlemen. We were fucking around. Jesus Christ. No, because I had that, and then I had people tweet me like, how could you say that, bro? How could you say GSP's on steroids? And I'm like, watch, I'm going to say it again. GSP's on steroids. It's just words. We're just joking around. All right? I don't believe he's on steroids. Chill the fuck out.
On that point, I wanted to surprise you with the top 5, just to kind of think of people. If you had to name 5 past or present MMA fighters, don't have to be, purely UFC. It can be Pride, Strikeforce, whatever. Name 5 people who you genuinely believe, who are, top guys or girls that you genuinely believe have never used steroids.
Oh, never used?
Never used steroids.
Okay.
5 people.
Okay. Nick and Nate. That's easy. Conor. And those are newer guys. Damian Maia. Ooh, Damian Maia.
Ooh.
Never mind, Damian Maia. Just the fact that you're Brazilian takes you out of that list, motherfucker. Who else could not use? Dan. I want to say Hendo, but I don't believe that either.
Oh.
Fedor was used to the gills. Motherfucker, I got 3 so far. Hang on. Michelle Watterson.
Okay.
No way she ever used. And Rose Namajunas. There you go. There's 5. But I get
the easy way out, then, bro.
I had to take the easy way out. I had to. I thought when I was hearing the question, I thought you were gonna say name the 5 fighters that you know or feel that use steroids. I had 5 ready to fucking go. I was gonna say Vanderlei, Vitor, fucking Honda, everybody, Fedor's brother, Fedor's mom. I don't give a shit. Fucking everybody.
Fedor's mom.
Like. You know what I mean? But not taking, like, I believe, Nick, Nate, Conor, Michelle, and Rose. And Michelle and Rose are cop-outs, okay? Because they haven't been around that long. Right? And Conor, honestly, would probably be a cop-out, too. Nick and Nate are the ones that at least Nick fought in Pride. I'm for sure that he didn't use anything. And Nate as well.
I'm going to go with these 5.
Okay.
Stipe Miocic.
Agreed.
Mark Hunt.
Agreed.
I was going to say Nick and Nate as well.
Mm-hmm.
And my last one, and purely because I just don't see it. Hoist Gracie.
Until later when he actually got popped. He got popped later on.
I didn't know that. Shit. Well, that's one of my guys out.
Hoist Gracie. I know he got popped. Test positive. No, he got popped at here it is. Oh, dude, Gracie, and this is 2007. Gracie tests positive for off the chart measurements of steroids.
Yo, that's broken my heart, dude. I thought Hoish was a
You
good
didn't
guy.
know that?
No,
No.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Look, just, let me disclaimer. Let me disclaimer on this shit. I'm a Hoist Gracie fan. I respect everything he's done. But that guy's an asshole. Okay, have you heard the shit that he said to Eddie Bravo after
Yeah.
Bravo Hoyler 2? That's some dog shit. How you gonna be fucking talking all that shit to a guy throwing who's puking his brains out after the fucking fight? In the back. If you guys heard that, if you guys haven't heard that, go back and listen to the podcast with Eddie and Joe Rogan. It's a JRE episode, literally right after that fight, the day after, or the first episode after, and they talk about that. Okay, so yeah, but regardless, yeah, he got popped.
Okay, my only other one, which was an easy cop out, I was going to say Demetrius Johnson.
Oh, that's so easy. Yeah,
that was my only other cop out. But yeah, Mark Hunt, Stipe Miocic, Nick and Nate, and Demetrius.
I know someone that thought for sure Mark Hunt was on steroids, and I'm like, you sure? I was like, you sure Mark Hunt? You think Mark Hunt's on steroids? Too fucking for sure, man, for sure. And I'm like, only if the steroids are KFC, motherfucker. Like, if it's like fried chicken, that dude's not on fucking. That guy's not on any kind of fucking steroids.
Based on how his body looks, it's just the fact that like if he has any long distance fights, like they go like a long period of time, he noticeably gets slower. Where like some dudes, they just don't stop. Do you know what I mean?
Remember Kung Lee when he got popped? And then he had this last fight in Macau. I forgot who he fought. And they had a picture of him like 2 weeks out, and he was jacked. And everyone was like, boom, test that guy on a whim. Fuck that shit. Like, you know what I mean? That was okay. Let's go off on that a little bit. Just real quick. When you find out someone's tested positive, which is the biggest like heartbreak tested positive? You're one of the fighters that you support, you like. Which one has tested positive and you were like, oh fuck, really? God damn it. I mean, were you like super bummed out?
To be honest with you, there's not been that many dudes who I've been fans of that have been popped. I think it has to be the John Jones one, the most recent. Has to be. Because I wanted this guy to win so bad and overcome and just that's probably the one where I've gone, fuck, like I can't even get my head around like how much drama was around this entire story, and he made the comeback of comebacks, you know, beat the guy again. And we were all like, look, and we all said it, and you know, I do stand by it. I think him and I think John Jones and Demetrius Johnson are both level on the greatest of all time, in my opinion. I think it's down to preference after that. You know, do you think that it's more impressive that he beat certain guys when some of them were a bit past the prime, even though the names are stellar? You know, does Demetrius Johnson not get as much praise because he's so far ahead, but should he be you know, diminished because he's so far ahead? You know, I think they're both up there. But when John Jones came back and he did what he did, I was like, he's the greatest of all time. Like, so yeah, that's probably my biggest heartbreak. What about you?
For me, it's gotta be Vitor, man.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Let me tell you why. Because I enjoy watching Vitor maul dudes. And no, listen. It's got to be Vitor. He's the other one. You're gonna have the same reaction. Vitor or Josh Barnett.
At least with Hoist Gracie, I could go, well, he didn't look on steroids.
I know, it's true. I know. I just didn't want to believe Vitor would do that, okay? He was all about cheeses and shit like that. Like, you know what I mean?
It wasn't about juices.
Juices. I didn't know he meant juices. I thought he meant Jesus. Okay, what the fuck? But
his shoulders are bigger than your skull.
I know. I was naive, okay? Fuck. Okay, so
did you also believe that fucking Overeem weren't on steroids?
No, I knew that shit. Now who was it? Okay. Who was the first fighter you saw that was just like you were like, boom, test that guy, just test him for sure. He's on real. Besides Vitor.
Apart from Vitor, Palhares.
Yeah, right. Oh man, that motherfucker. Yeah, just the
The
fucking
first
just
time
thinking.
I ever saw that dude, I just saw this little, short, thick Brazilian, shoulders, neck, the same height as his skull, and then his thick legs, ripped abs, chest as big as
Yeah,
his shoulders, and I was just like, and the fact that I think I can't remember the first fight that I saw him in, but I just remember Joe Rogan saying that he was a leg lock specialist. And prior to that time, I didn't realize how dark and a part of the evil arts of jiu-jitsu heel hooks were. I wasn't
yeah,
educated enough in jiu-jitsu. Now knowing how a heel hook feels and knowing, when you're just going for it, when you're rolling and you're flowing and whatever, to know that this guy criminally and maniacally and cerebrally would go in for these heel hooks with the intent of tearing off a limb like this shit was Mortal Kombat scares the shit out of me.
I don't know how Jake Shields didn't sue his ass, man. Fuck.
I don't know how everybody didn't sue his ass
Yeah,
because he was tearing people up.
dude.
He's also one of the guys who I genuinely believe with the right toolage and if he'd have gone to the right training camp and the right kind of gym, I think he could have been a champion. He's my MVP for guys who I'm amazed just didn't get that little bit further and evolve enough to become a champ.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Paul Harris. I think he's a piece of shit. But
I agree.
but
I
what?
agree.
But
A lot of fighters I don't like.
yeah, but I never didn't like wince when I saw him grab someone's leg. I'm like, oh god, fuck. You know what I mean? Just waiting for it to pop. Real quick on the YouTube comments, UC, shout out to UCH, whatever. He says, I heard that Till Wonder Boy was just a rumor. Ariel posted something and it said that Wonder Boy's dad said they've had no talk of Till versus Wonder Boy matchup. Okay, let me give you guys a little heads up on the way the UFC works or Dana White works. He announces these matchups, gets everyone like us and you and everybody watching and everybody in the MMA world super excited about the fight, and that puts pressure on a fighter to come through. Because now that fighter's getting tweets and he's getting messages on Instagram and he's getting all this shit like, come on, fight Darren Till, blah, blah, and the other way around too. And so it's just to put pressure on the fighter. And it looks like Wonder Boy's dad's not buying it. So I guess is where we're at with that.
My friend just messaged me privately saying that do you think that the end of the year card, potentially that main event that's been reserved, could be Holly Holmes versus Chris Cyborg?
I hope not.
That's such a that's a weird fight, but that's a co-main event for me.
I would rather have Connor Tony if possible. I'd rather have Connor Nate as my third ranked on my fucking list of fights.
I'm going to throw something out for you here, sir, because I saw somebody comment this. I think it was our boy Jeremiah as well, from the Hardcore MMA show. That's right, yeah?
Yeah.
He said, how about in UFC London or maybe potentially UFC Liverpool, whatever, how about Michael Bisping versus Nick Diaz?
I'm in on that. And honestly, I don't know if they've offered Nick that fight. Something tells me they have. And he probably turned it down. I'm not convinced. Look, and I hate to say this because I'm a huge Nick Diaz fan. Okay, huge Nick Diaz fan. I don't think he wants to fight anymore. I think he's done. You know what I mean? How many fights they got to offer you? You know what I'm saying?
I just like that. Justin Golightly, aka Secret Moves, put GSP defends middleweight title against Anderson Silva. McGregor unifies the lightweight title against Ferguson. GSP fights Woodley, and McGregor fights the winner. I'm not even one of the UFC writers.
Dude, no, I'd love to see Nick Diaz, Michael Bisping. I really would.
That'd be such a beautiful fight, man. Because I like the thought of them both striking and the shit talk. And
I just think, look, to me, it's one of two things: either Nick doesn't want to fight anymore, or the price tag he set up on himself is something the UFC's not willing to pay. And either way, look, if that's where they're at, they're gonna be, they're just gonna be stuck. You know what I mean? And then the UFC just has to offer a fight every 6 months, something like that. It has to offer you a fight to keep your
I think it's people like you that keeps his name alive. He's going to be one of those fictitious things in folklore in 30 years.
Goddamn right. Hey, and guess who's going to keep it going? That's right. I'm going to keep that shit going until he fights. I'm kidding. I don't know. But anyway.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap this shiz up. Hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. As always, we are sponsored by the awesome guys over at BaneStore.com. Bane is a jiu-jitsu and athletic apparel. They do all kinds of crazy rash guards, spats, hoodies, all that good stuff. And there's more stuff on the way. So if you're going to be training, whether it be jiu-jitsu, running or whatnot, I can implore you to go and try out some of their gear. Go over to BaneStore.com. They do the coolest jiu-jitsu artwork, I feel like, for purist standpoint, on clothing. I've seen like some cool little jiu-jitsu pieces. And the other thing is you get to see a lot of rash guards and people have like Superman and all that other stuff. And it's cool, don't get me twisted, but it's nice to have some like original artwork as well on there. So go and check BaneStore.com. That's BAIN store.com. Use the code with the heel hook for 10% off. Secondly, the OGs are the fucking sponsors. Receptra, RECEPTRA, naturals.com if you're in the United States, RECEPTRA global.com if you're in Europe. They do the best, in my opinion, hands down, the best CBD products, whether it be oils, topicals, body butters, balms, all that good stuff. So basically, if you don't know anything about CBD, it's the medicinal aspect and chemical compound of marijuana. It has 0.5% THC. Trust me, you ain't going to get high off it. Don't believe the hype. Do your research into CBD at all. Me personally, I think it's a beautiful thing. It helps with inflammation, headaches. But are you good?
Sorry. So the UFC tweeted out like an hour ago. Our main card has us thinking, what are some of your favorite UFC fighter tattoos? And it shows Anthony Pettis with the Showtime tattoo. And so there's like the people that I follow and follow me on Twitter are going back are basically talking about it. And they're like, I raise you this tattoo, and or I see your Alan Belcher fucking shitty his shitty Johnny Cash tattoo, and I raise you Darren Elkins the damage. And so the guy's like, I see your Alan Belcher and your Darren Elkins, and I raised you Alexander Emelianenko. And then he goes, good move. I see all that, and I raise you Conor McGregor's tiger tattoo. The tattoo's not bad, but the placement is. And then here's the one that had me laughing. This chick goes, oh, good ones. I'll take that and raise you both a 2-foot dick on Lesnar's torso.
Oh, wow. Oh,
yeah, because it looks awful, honestly. Why would you put a blade right there? I mean, I'm sure it means something to him.
Hey, tell him that.
No, I won't.
Go and tell him that. But yeah, make sure you check out Receptra, all your CBD oil products and needs.
2-foot dick on his torso.
Bits and pieces. And again, like I say, receptionnaturals.com if you're in the States, Receptra Global if you're in the United Kingdom. Where can they find you, Eddie?
You can find me on Twitter at Elot31, and on Snapchat Elot52, and on Instagram at Elot7. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, live Keyboard Warriors MMA.live. It's Keyboard Warriors episode 75. We're talking UFC 217. We'll talk about this weekend's card. GFC going to fight for the middleweight of the welterweight title. What the fuck's he going to do? Next opponent for Rose, TJ, DJ, all this other shit, and the return of a guy who you guys, if you guys have been watching the show for a couple of years, you guys know and love and miss, and he shall return tonight. But I will let you guys wonder who that is. But he hasn't been on in about a year and change. So it's been a very long time since you guys seen this gentleman. But he is one of the favorite guys on the podcast for a long time. And when he went away, a lot of people asking me, they still fucking ask me, oh, what happened to so-and-so? And I was like, life happened to so-and-so. That's what happened. So you guys will see. You guys definitely got to tune in. You're going to love it. Hopefully
that's going to be it.
That is going to be 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time.
There you go.
So make sure you tune in. Keyboard Warriors MMA.live.
And last but not least, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you don't already. Hit the like if you haven't already. Leave a comment if you haven't already, unless you're one of the 19 profile guys. Then fuck you. Last but not least as well, make sure you subscribe to us on iTunes and on SoundCloud if you're on Android. And you can get all of our past, present, and future podcasts with interviews from a array of different people, as well as this one that will be on in the next 24 hours, probably in the next 12. Yeah, man. So make sure you follow us as well on the Heel Hook Show on Twitter, and you can find me Ashley Lamprey. That's ASHLEYLAMPREY, and I'll be tweeting out 208 characters of pure fire from now onwards. Fuck you, Eddie. And lastly, make sure that you go onto Snapchat and go on Just Ash Official, where you can see me taking pictures of random rants, 2K stuff, and my dog. So, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, whether you're a lover or a fighter or a hater, peace up, A-Town down. We're
Bitches.
out.